Auburn guard Zep Jasper joining us for a few minutes today. Zep, as we record this the day after you guys lost to the Texas A&M Aggies. I imagine that was not a fun feeling after Wednesday night's game.
Well, it wasn't a fun feeling. I give hats off to Texas A&M. They came in there and beat us. They beat us fair and square. Great coaching. They had a great master plan. They studied our plays, our game set, our mindset. Things was just wasn't working out last night. And it was all of us. Not just the players, it was coaching staff, us as a team. We kind of struggled, guarding last night. Our defense wasn't, on point last night. And, as I went home last night, I was thinking, I was pretty upset because I know, as a team, we're better than that. But as a player, my defense could have been better. I know other people's defense could have been better. But, sometimes you need these losses, to put you in a place where you need a bounce back. I feel like it was on a 4 or 5 game winning streak. Mm-hmm. And I feel like we had confidence, but, our confidence was too high. It had to put us on a pedestal to understand that, we can lose still now. Mm-hmm. Even though we're at home, it was our 28-game home game winning streak. But, it just humbled us, to show that other teams can play too. Texas A&M is a great team, and they're finished top 4 in the league.
Yeah, and the first loss in conference play that you had in Athens, Georgia, against the Bulldogs, you guys kind of struggled in that game, but then you came back and have been playing great until last night. Zep, was there any pressure with this home winning streak going on and holding the country's longest active home winning streak after Gonzaga loss? Was there any pressure with that kind of goes away now?
I wouldn't say it was no pressure, but kind of sort of the pressure was on us because it was Texas A&M beat us last year in that SEC tournament. They went up by 20. We had 2 first-round draft picks.
Right.
And, the way they scouted us last year in the SEC tournament is they killed us. They went up by 20, if I'm mistaken. So it was whew. And they had to win that game to make they was the last 4 in, at the moment to make the tournament.
Right.
For this year. So they was gonna come in here and say we gotta beat a tough Auburn team. We gonna be in the tournament if we beat this Auburn team. This is a quad 1 win. We need this. We can't let this one slip. Whether it was us, we know we're gonna make the tournament. But I feel like we ain't get payback. We ain't focus on that. And like I said, they beat us again. And that's another one in the books that Texas A&M, it's just gonna start something for us. We see them down the line, we have to beat them. Even though we play on once again, I feel like it'd be a whole different ball game. But like I say, hats off to Coach Buzz Williams and his players, for coming in and beating us last night. I always applaud people on how they do once they beat us, fair and square. So we'll bounce back.
What's kind of going through your mind in the first few minutes of that game? May have been the first 2 minutes. Zep, you guys scored 10 points in 20 seconds. It was unbelievable. And I think you hit a 3 in that span early in the game last night. And you jump up, A&M scores first, and you guys scored 10 points in 20 seconds. A&M calls a timeout. And after that, the rest of the first half kind of went A&M's way. What happens during that timeout? How do you in a perfect world hold on to all of that momentum, Zep? What's kind of the discussion on the sideline there?
Well, the discussion really was, just keep playing ball. Just keep having that momentum. When they called that timeout, it kind of broke our momentum because we was on the crowd was in it.
It was crazy. Yeah, that Allen dunk, that was nasty. Yeah.
That was nasty. But I feel like once that went on, a minute after, 2 minutes after, they start scoring points and, it starts slowly creeping in. And as you watch the game, it just started being 16-14, 17-16, 21-18. You know, it just start.
Right.
They just start creeping in there, and they just start making shots after shots. Radford start going crazy. Number 4, Wade just started making shots. I think they was like 7 for 8 from the 3-point line. You know, going into the half. I promise you, they'll never do that ever again against us. You know, they was hot. You know, Wade is a 26% 3-point shooter. You know he can shoot 26 now. Come in and make those threes. Radford, it's like a 20% 3-point shooter. Come in and make those threes.
Well, I was about to ask if Tyrese Radford, who ended up scoring 30, I was going to ask if, like, you guys expected that out of him.
Yeah, he's a great player.
Yeah.
I like his game. I love his game as a player.
Sure.
He's in the right system. You know, Coach Buzz Williams put him in the right position, the right spots to put him in position to score the basketball.
Sure.
So it's kind of hard, you know, when they open up the floor and you don't know, as a defender, you don't know when things are coming. You don't know when you're by yourself. So it's tough guarding players like that, especially when you know they got unlimited confidence in themselves because they got unlimited confidence with the coach trusting them to make baskets.
Yeah. Zep, I want to ask you a question. It was my biggest question that I did in the postgame show last night. I want to hear your thoughts on it. But first things first, you guys heading to West Virginia for the SEC Big 12 Challenge. And not a lot of Auburn fans are going to be able to make that trek. I'm sure some will, Zep, and that's going to be really cool. But the folks staying in town, the best place to watch the game will be at Baumhower's. You got all the drinks you can ask for. You got all the appetizer options you can ask for. They've got so many different things. Except we've talked about the pizza. We've talked about the shrimp. Your teammate Dylan Cardwell has asked about it. He says he's eaten hundreds of dollars worth of shrimp in one sitting. I'm sure you have too, Zep. But yes, what are some of your favorite things at Baumhower's for the folks that maybe haven't been?
Well, this week I probably would go with a pizza, a supreme pizza with some shrimp and a nice cold Sprite mixed with lemonade.
I like that. Does pineapple belong on pizza, Zep?
Nah, I don't like pineapple.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
That's a fruit thing.
So be sure to check out our friends at Baumhower's. It's the best place in town to watch any Auburn basketball game. It's off of the Bent Creek exit, right when you get into Auburn. Zep, looking at the stats last night, the thing that I was most curious about was, and I feel like we say this a lot, why is Jalen Williams only shooting it 5 times? Is that something that's discussed? Is he not feeling confident in the game flow of things? But there's just been a few times when you guys have been inconsistent offensively where, like, Jalen doesn't ever seem to want to shoot the basketball. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Well, I feel like they played a different defense, you know, like it was all about what teams do on defense. And I feel like his spots on the floor, they stopped his favorite spots on the floor. They was already prepared on what Jalen Williams would do, what like his sweet spots. Like if you watch the game, you would see every time they're already on those sweet spots. They're already covering him when he flashed up to the high post. They knew what he could do. They knew what he wanted to do. And, you know, those guys, those 4s and 5-mans, those guys strong, big, you know, Oski type guys. Those guys can move.
Right.
So, like, you can't just post those guys up and back them down and just score the basketball. You know, if you watch the game last night, you know, sometimes Jalen usually back guys down and throw that left hook up, you know, and like I said, those guys strong, big guys. You know, if you watch the game, the SEC tournament last year, 15 was, you know, going at Walker, and he's the best defensive player I ever played with in my life. And he was going at Walker. So I knew this guy was strong and to hold it around against people. And Marble, he's another strong guy. Come from Michigan State. He's pretty good.
Yeah. No, I get it. Zep, my 2-year-old's waking up, so I have to go check on her. But best of luck this weekend. Best of luck in West Virginia, and we'll talk again soon.
All right, thank you.